welcome to this taping of Nerdcular Warfare, where we're going to battle it out debate style about things that no one cares about debating about, but it's hilarious to debate them. We have 4 contestants that are going to come on, and they are going to each face each other once. So there's not going to be any kind of advantage to that someone didn't have to face somebody else. So, and since everything that we're going to match them with to debate is equally ridiculous, they all have equal opportunities to win the game. So let's bring on our contestants for this round.
Hello.
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 Let's introduce everybody. Martin, introduce yourself and say a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Martin Davis. A little bit about myself. I used to be a huge Power Rangers fan. Not anymore. I hate them now. No, I'm just kidding, obviously. But I'm super happy to be here.
Brainy is a multiple-time player of this game. Don't let him fool you. He's an expert at this level.
Oh, I'm expert in nothing.
And also owns an amazing store in Northridge, California that you should go visit. Enjoy Comics. How am I pitching your stuff more than you are?
I know you normally do, but just a correction there. It is Enjoy Games and Comics.
Oh, Games and Comics, right. I got it backwards. I fail. Will Holland, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Will Holland. I have the honor of being friends with some of the people that are here and getting to know other people. So it's really an awesome opportunity. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
And then the most famous one of all of us, Thom Zahler, probably does not need introduction, but shoot away, Tom.
Thom Zahler, man's man, ladies man, man about town. I write and draw Love and Capes, Cupid's Arrows for Webtoon. Did Warning Label, and I work on this obscure little art house book called My Little Pony.
Ponies. So the name of this version of the game is called Ship, Car, Ship, Captain, Driver, Captain. Okay? It will all make sense as soon as you get your pairings. So up first is going to be Thom Zahler and Brainy. So in this case, the ship in the first part that I was talking about, the ship, car, ship, is going to be a spaceship. Okay, so you're going to get a spaceship in this scenario. And your captain is definitely going to be a captain. Okay, so here we go. First assignment. Tom, your ship is the Bebop from Cowboy Bebop. Very timely, as that show is hot. Brainy, your ship is the Serenity, famous for the Firefly show. Okay? Here's the difficulty. Here's your captains. Are you ready? Tom, your captain is Captain Stubing. And Brainy, your captain is Captain Jack Harkness from Torchwood. Okay.
Yeah, I need an order of
Tom, you're going to lead out for the first minute. Ready? Fight.
Well, Captain Stubing obviously survived broadcast television for a very long time. I mean, his show went on longer than Star Trek, went on longer than Serenity, anything like that. He can bring his long-lasting ability to stay on the air to Cowboy Bebop, which had problems with that on Netflix. But imagine like the sensibilities of 70s television when like Terry Hatcher would show up as one of the dancers on the Love Boat, and you could just pair any 2 characters together and they would have their own little story. And then like on Sweeps Week, you could have them go to exotic places. Pair that with the sensibilities of anime. Like imagine Captain Stubing, but with anime eyes and anime characters showing up in the Love Boat. They would be able to run it as, it wouldn't be a ship of war. It would be a ship of love as they would go from place to place, kind of having the same sort of transport thing that Cowboy Bebop did, except ferrying people from one place to another and having adventures.
Time up. Brainy, go.
So, wait, am I arguing mine or am I arguing Tom's?
You're probably arguing mine because I'm right.
You can argue for yours or against his. It doesn't matter.
I don't need to argue against his, I mean, it's a love boat. The only reason it survived so many freaking seasons was because people are, suckers for love stories, and that's all the freaking show was. Wherein, Torchwood, I mean, this thing ends with a beautiful story of a grandfather having to sacrifice his grandson to save the world. Think about that, the touching, the moving story of him just sacrificing everything he has. I'm not even sure why he keeps the ship that he does. I mean, he doesn't need it. This guy can time travel. He can go anywhere, anytime, any place he wants. He can time travel and travel in space just by his wrist strap thing of a ball, whatever the heck it was called. When you're stuck on the middle of the sea, and nowadays nobody even wants to go on that freaking boat because...
Minutes up. Brainy, okay. I made a classic blunder. No, I did not try to start a land war in Asia. I forgot to tell you guys your scenario, so I'm going to add it for the second part of your argument so that you can use it if you want to. So both the Bebop and the Serenity are trying to make the Kessel Run.
Make the what?
The Kessel Run from Star Wars. All right. Rebuttal, Tom.
Well, I think it's obvious that Captain Stubing would be able to make the Kessel Run because that is classic 70s makeup stuff as you go along and try to retrofit it. Meanwhile, Brainy's ship is created by Joss Whedon, problematic, and then run by Captain Jack Harkness, played by John Barrowman, also a little problematic. So you should just be canceled on general principle for that. Meanwhile, I have Gavin MacLeod. I mean, everybody loves him. Everybody loves Murray. And obviously related to the Highlander with a name like MacLeod. I mean, all that stuff put together, how could he not make the Kessel Run in cheesy 70s blue screen on stuff set clearly in Universal Studios set? It would be perfect. You wouldn't even get started. Not even started. The Love Boat could sail around the world in an hour every week, and not have any problems.
All right, time's up. Brainy, go.
See, you seem to forget that stupid Love Boat couldn't go anywhere. The freaking captain was never in his post to freaking make that boat go anywhere. He was always mingling with other women out there. And Jack Harkness, again, he does not need his serenity. He can just go at it. He can just do the run. Beep, 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 and he's there. That's it. He doesn't even have to worry about any of that. Wherein your captain's going to have to freaking figure out how to even turn the boat on. I mean, what's he going to do? Hey, you young lady right there, I know you're fresh on the boat, but you look really cute. Can you help me pilot this thing? Because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I mean, the guy doesn't ever freaking move the boat. I don't even know if it leaves dock ever. I mean, it's all about two people falling in love and him mingling. That's it. And, oh, God, man, how's he going to survive the run? There's no way. Captain Jack Harkness can, again, time travel as well as space travel without anything. Was that time?
I'm out. Excellent. Good arguing, everybody. Sorry I forgot our scenario. I won't do that again. Let's bring on our other contestants to judge this round. All right, Will, what are your thoughts about this round, and who do you award your point to?
First of all, I gotta say, Brainy, while I appreciate you talking about Jack Harkness on the Serenity, I feel like he still would have used the ship because Jack tends to use everything he has at his disposal, even if he can teleport out. But then on the flip side of that, I look at Captain Stupid on the Bebop. No Isaac. I'm just saying. But that said, I got to give it up to Tom on that one.
Okay. Tom gets a point. All right. Davis. So weird just with the last name. What is your thoughts?
Yeah, I got to give it to Tom as well here. I agree. I think there's too many problems over on Serenity right now for them to be able to have any kind of cohesive decision making to get anything done over there.
Oh, good thoughts. But no, I'm going to give this round to Brainy. My point goes to Brainy. Good arguments all, but I like that his argument's much better for this round. All right. We're going to pull everybody else out except for Will and Martin. This is going to be fun. So remember, your ships and captains are trying to make the Kessel Run. Use the scenario to your advantage. I see a lot of people leave a lot of arguments on the floor for not using it to effect in relationship to their two things. Let's see. Will, your ship is the Jupiter 2 from Lost in Space. And Martin Davis, your ship is the Planet Express, Futurama. Okay. Will, your captain is Captain Jack Sparrow from a million movies in which he plays Jack Sparrow. And Martin, your captain is Captain Crunch. Just wait till you get to the future rounds. It gets more ridiculous.
Who's starting off?
This is going to be Will starting off. Ready?
What's the scenario?
Kessel Run.
Oh, there.
Kessel Run.
Yeah.
All right, so how's the deal? Okay, so the Kessel Run. There's got to be rum at the Kessel Run, and if there's rum there, Jack Sparrow will find a way to use the Jupiter 2 and the robots to do the thing. Because if there's rum at the end of the Kessel Run, then that means Captain Jack Sparrow's got to get him some. So he's going to find a way to make it work. Will Robinson, I don't care about the danger. We're just going to find a way to sort the ship around, okay? That's how this is going to work best for us.
You have 22 seconds still.
And as I'm going, I'm going to get the robot to help because I'm too drunk to do the ship myself. But there's a robot, and he'll come in and help pilot the thing and make sure the family's working with me to try to figure out where we're going and how fast we need to go. Trying to respect the time.
You're doing good. All right, perfect. Rebuttal. Martin, go.
I don't know how I can compete with that, honestly. But so Captain Crunch, unlimited power, right? He's got millions of children all over the world that he's made happy with his cereal. Of course he can make the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, right? We're talking about 6 seconds flat here, 6 parsecs flat. All he's got to do is throw some oops all berries into that engine, and they are cruising, right? We're talking about a ragtag crew of Zoidberg and the redheaded guy, whatever his name is. They're going to get it done, and they're going to get it done fast. Take my money, right? We're going to get it over with, and we're going to get it done 6 parsecs flat. And yeah, I mean, Captain Jack Sparrow, I don't know about him. He's aloof. He's got dad issues, and I just don't see him getting it done in any reasonable time. He lost his own ship, the Black Pearl, right? I mean, how long did it take him to find that? Years, right? And then he just gave himself up. Didn't he kill himself in the end? I don't remember.
All right, time up. Rebuttal. Will, do it.
Danger, Captain Crunch. Danger. You got a problem. Okay, so first things first, we're going to discuss the fact that when you got Bender on the same ship, Bender ain't letting nothing go the way it's supposed to go. Bender is the true agent of chaos on your ship. Sorry. I understand the Robinson family isn't the perfect family, but at least I got people who can help me get where I'm going. I understand, you've got Fry and all these other people, but man, Bender is not going to let him even get those crunch berries in there to do that. And besides that, though a lot of immigrants will end up eating a lot of cereal anyway, so you can throw all your crunch berries all over the place. It's never getting in the ship because everybody's going to be eating the crunch berries in the middle of the ship. I mean, that's just the reality. Zoidberg's going to be trying to run experiments on him to see what he does to get the sugar to work. You know, he's just going to be breaking out all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah, I may not be all there, but I got a family that can help me get where I'm going.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, sure. Fair enough. You got a crew of family there that's supportive. But you know what? Bender is way more reliable than that. You know why? Because he's spiteful. He's gonna get it all done because he hates everyone. He wants to win just because you think he's not gonna win. Bender's got it going on. And yeah, that's right, Fry. I forgot his name. He's a cool cat too, right? Take my money. I said that already. But Bender's got it going on. You're not gonna get anywhere with Jack Sparrow. He's a total loser.
30 seconds still.
30 seconds. Oh, Lord. No, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, what else can be said except for Captain Crunch, right?
Captain Jack Spockness. There we go.
He's leaving 10 seconds on the board for you, Will, if you want to steal it.
Okay, so at the end of the day, man, I've got a better crew. I'm not perfect in the head, but I got a better crew, and I got alcohol. There we go.
That was an epic round. Let's bring our other contestants on to assign the points. It's going to be a tough one. And I will mention, because I keep on forgetting to mention this specifically, to make sure that you're awarding your points based on who you thought made the best argument, not who you think would actually win in the scenario based on the characters. So this is about who can debate, not who would actually win a thing. So let's see, Tom, who do you think gets the points this round?
I've never seen an argument won so early by using the Letterman character from Electric Company. When you convinced me that the Kessel Rum could be told to Jack Sparrow is the Kessel Rum, we're done. You can't beat that.
I guess you're giving it to Will.
Yes.
Okay, Brainy.
So, I was a little disappointed that Will didn't, pull the inability of the freaking Futurama cast to do anything right. I mean, they never ever got anything right, so you could have pulled that card, but you didn't. However, pulling out the rum at the end, man, Will, that got me, man. So this point does go to Will.
Okay. And I do have to say, I never, when I wrote this scenario, expected it to come down to sugar versus alcohol. But I'm going to give the point to Martin because he did amazing arguments. And also, I thought that Captain Crunch would be such a big deficit that someone would have to overcome. And he didn't even, flinch. He's like, yeah, Captain Crunch, I'll take that. So great argument. Okay, so now is our second scenario, the one that's mentioned in the car and driver part of our theme of our show, okay? So I will tell you that our scenario for this round is that we are in Free City from Free Guy, and all you're trying to do is survive coming from one side of the city to the other. This is sheer survival in Free City. Okay. This round is Tom and Will. Okay. Tom, your car for this round is Christine, haunted vehicle. Will, your vehicle for this round is the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters. Also possibly haunted. Your drivers, and I apologize in advance. Tom, your driver is Mr. Magoo. Will, your driver is Granny from Looney Tunes, usually seen with Tweety Bird. It's gonna be a fun one. Tom, you get to lead out.
Okay.
Go.
You can't survive against Christine. She's a haunted car. Like, Free City wouldn't know what to do about it. And normally you would have to worry about the driver actually like getting in the way of a haunted car, but Mr. Magoo wouldn't see anything. Like, he couldn't be distracted by everything going on in Free City. He probably would think that he's just being driven in a taxi and not know any differently. Like, oh, I think I'm going over here. And then Christine knocks 3 people into the street. Like, he doesn't get in the way. He's completely fine being there. And Christine is so frightening that it's a Stephen King thing that's never been remade. Like, that was so perfect when it was done. Like, it was Pete's scary car. And I just don't see how anything else in Free City, all the people with their glasses, Ryan Reynolds with his the Captain America shield might keep him alive, but Christine would run him over the other way. Like, there's just Hulk hands, lightsabers, it doesn't matter.
Perfect. Will.
All right. First of all, Granny's in an Ecto-1, which means more than likely the Ghostbusters are probably there with her. Whatever spirit's possessing Christine, I think we got that. I mean, Bobby Brown said in the theme song best, we ain't on our own, baby. We're rolling. So we start with that. Then we deal with the fact that Granny, did you see the scene in Space Jam, the new one with LeBron James, where Granny went off? Granny lost, went Matrix level on it. So if she's able to drive Ecto-1 while the Ghostbusters are doing their Ghostbuster thing, hitting with the laser beam, Slimer's in the backseat, I don't care. If Granny's doing her thing, she's seeing stuff she's supposed to see. The whole goal of it is that she's got to survive. The people of Free City aren't supposed to have to survive the car that's in there. She's got to survive getting through it. So Granny and Ecto-1, we got this. We got a whole crew of people busting Christine up. Eventually, we're going to figure out where that spirit is. We're trapping in a containment unit.
Awesome. Great job. Just wait for the alarm to go off. We just got 2 seconds, and then it'll be Tom's rebuttal. Tom, rebut.
Well, I mean, Granny does fit in the Ecto-1 because she's close enough to death that she would eventually be a ghost by the time the game was over. Mr. Magoo managed to survive reliving all of A Christmas Carol, and I just don't, he's just not stoppable. I mean, he's voiced by Jim Backus. He was on that island for how many years? Cannot be stopped. The Ecto-1 it's an old hearse that gets beat up, and then it's found abandoned in the new movie, and we're not even going to talk about the other. No, I just can't see how a beat up hearse with a gun that only affects ghosts is going to go through Free City where nobody's actually a ghost. They're all just digital. Like, they don't die like that. They just come back. They have no spirits. They would just be run over by everyone. And probably run over by Mr. Magoo, who thinks that he's just hitting a speed bump because that's the way he rolls because he can't see anything.
All right, well.
So at that point, first of all, we're creating a ton of ghosts, but that's not even here nor there. But then secondly, again, I'm dealing primarily with Christine. Like I said, she's possessed by a spirit. So if you've got that in there, but I'm not even going to talk about that. We're talking about people being close to death. I get it. Granny has survived. Sylvester, Tweety, a Tasmanian devil, a whole bunch of people in Looney Tunes, including Bugs and Daffy sitting there blowing each other up. I mean, goodness gracious, she survived being around Wile E. Coyote, who Acme literally is a death trap set of stuff. But then again, like I said, with the rest of the Ghostbusters there, man, we're in control. We're going to roll this thing through. Yeah, it might be crazy trying to figure out what's going on. And sure, people just kind of poof in and out of existence in Free City. But again, we're out there to survive, man. We're driving, we're rolling, we're doing what we need to do. We're taking care of situations. Christine is going to come through. She's going to do what she does. But eventually, we're going to find that spirit that's in the car, and then that car won't be driving itself. And then you have a blind dude running around driving a car trying to figure out where to go. And we know
never stopped him before.
Good arguing, everybody. All right, let's bring our contestants on. This is going to be a tough round to score. Martin, what do you think?
I did like Will's rebuttals there. I agree. Honestly, the Ghostbusters, the Ecto-1 might put up a good fight against Christine. However, I think like Mr. Magoo, Tom has done it again. And I'm going to have to give him the points here.
All right, Brainy.
I will agree with Martin. Will had a really good argument, a really good rebuttal. I think, Will, you would have done better by stuffing the ectoplasm. by stuffing it with Looney Tune characters. You can put a bunch of characters in there and just have them fight it out, as opposed to having Ghostbusters there. But you're right. Ghostbusters, all they have to do is blast Tom's spirit out. Again, however, I agree with Martin. I'm going to go with Tom on this one. I think he did raise a much better argument with Mr. Magoo. He did a good job.
All right. And I'm going to be the fuddy-duddy in the room. I really think that I did not pay attention when I was making this pairing. I think that it was a deal breaker that you really could use Ecto-1 and its ability to strip Christine's spirit right out of the car and make it just a drivable brick with Mr. Magoo, running into buildings or whatever. So I'm going to give it to Will. Awesome. All right. This next round is we're still in Free City. Let's see what happens if we have Brainy and Martin fight it out with their vehicles. All right. Here we go. You guys are going to see kind of a theme going on here. Okay. Brainy's vehicle is the Hell Charger that Robbie Reyes drives, the Ghost Rider. Not to be outdone, though, Martin has got the Death Proof vehicle from Death Proof movies by Robert Rodriguez. Also, very spooky vehicle. Okay? Brainy, your driver is Grandpa from The Princess Bride. And Martin, you also get an oldie. You get Henry Jones, Indiana Jones's daddy. Okay, it looks like Brainy leads off this round. Ready? Fight!
Oh boy, man, I'm sorry, Martin. This is such a disadvantage for you. I mean, I get Grandpa with the Hell Charger. I mean, the Hell Charger comes with its own power of hell, of vengeance. Think about it, Grandpa with the power of vengeance. He can just take that and, oh my God, go wild on every single person out there. And you know how old grandfathers end up being, just, get off my lawn. And in this case, he's getting everybody off his lawn by giving him the stare. It's like, here, you are going to be living every single stupid thing you've done for the rest of your life. Get off my lawn. Get out of here. And, oh my God, man. And the things he would do to Henry. Oh my God. I mean, Indy's greatest power and Henry's greatest power was their mind. Their ability to make other people believe what they want them to believe. And, with the stare, they can't do that.
Time up. Martin.
All right, I've won this round already. So Henry Jones Sr., okay? The ultimate planner. He studied and studied for centuries to find the Holy Grail, right? I mean, how old was he, right? Only the penitent man will pass here, too. And in order to get across Free Guy City and all that, right, he's got it all mapped out. He knows where all the trapdoors are. He knows where all the guillotines are. Like I said, only the penitent man will pass. And at the end of it, he chose correctly. And you know what? He's probably going to live forever because he drank out of the Holy Grail. So, hands down, Henry Jones Sr. is going to walk away with the win every single time. And then on top of that, I have the Death Proof mobile, basically, right? And no way I can. Now, if I had Kurt Russell, that would be a different story because he totally died at the end of that one. But I got Henry Jones Sr. And this is hands down, no one can compare when I got the Death Proof and Henry Jones Sr. Only the penitent man will pass.
All right, Brainy.
So, the biggest problem Henry Jones has right now is that he's got to drive a car through the road. Grandpa doesn't have that problem. All he has to do is take the Hell Charger right up through the buildings, right above him. No worried about roads, no worrying about anything. From one end to the other, he's done. Before he leaves, he gives Henry Jones a stare. Since he's immortal, all he will be doing is reliving that vengeance in his mind for the rest of his life. He will not be able to control that car, go anywhere. All he's going to be doing is wallowing in his misery because the entire life is going to be spent thinking about everything he's done. And he's done a lot of wrong to a lot of people. And while, Grandpa's cruising on top of buildings, going from point A to point B, the shortest distance, without having to go through all those roads in the free city. I mean, he is there. He is done. You can look back in the rearview mirror and won't see Henry at all.
Time up. Davis.
I think if you want to hear a story about how to get through Free City, sure, Grandpa can tell you all about it. But he wasn't there because he's just telling the story. Okay? But Henry Jr., he fought a fighter jet umbrella and eagles. We're going to explore with Grandpa.
Yeah, he's going to move around just like your internet speed is doing right now and not get anywhere.
Right, you still got time.
Am I back?
You're back.
Am I here?
Good.
Okay. Yeah, hands down, like I said, Henry Jones Sr. with an umbrella is all he needs. But on top of that, he's already drank out of the Holy Grail. Live forever.
Perfect. All right, time is up. Let's score this round. And you guys are making this hard. I thought I was like giving you guys impossible tasks, and you're like, no big deal. All right, Will, what do you think?
Okay, so first of all, I've got to ask one question, and that's: Did they name the car? Did they name the car Indiana too? First of all, so there's that. And then I really appreciate Davis coming in with the clutch about the storytelling aspect. I appreciate that because I was wondering if anybody was going to bring that up, that Grandpa literally is just the one that's reading the story of Princess Bride to his grandson. So just for that alone, I got to give it to Davis.
Davis takes the point. All right. Tom, what do you think?
I was impressed by Martin's commitment to the bit by de-resing in an argument about Free City. And I, of course, will appreciate commitments to the bit. When Brainy, I think you had a lot of good arguments, and I'm sure that the story that Grandpa will tell afterwards with all the bad parts cut out will be great. But Martin had me when Henry Jones Sr. Brought out the umbrella to take down a fighter jet. I just think he's gonna. He almost doesn't. He did it with an umbrella. He didn't even need the death proof card to win. So I'm giving it to Martin.
Okay, what is wrong with me? I'm always on the other side of this. I think that Brainy's discussion about using the Hell Charger to use the Death Stare to permanently mess up the immortal Henry Jones was spot on. So that is the reason why he's getting my point. Because he knows enough about the car to know it has his own penance stare. That's awesome.
I do like the thought of Henry Jones being immortal, though. That's pretty funny.
Me too. I mean, because aren't they both by that rule?
If they had done a fourth movie, you probably would have found out that he wasn't immortal, but they didn't, so we don't know.
They're working on one.
They're working on a new one, I believe.
It's not Sean Connery, though.
It's Crystal Skull, right? Yeah.
All right, so we're into our final initial round here. And this is the one that has the other part of the ship and captain. But in this instance, the ship is an actual ship that would be on the ocean. The scenario is we are racing to Skull Island. Okay, so we're racing to Skull Island. That is the Kong reference. Okay, and this round is Tom against David. This is where it gets super ridiculous. Okay?
Good, because we've been on the rails so far.
It's so easy, right? This is the stuff everybody talks about on their podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tom, your ship is the Exxon Valdez. I'm sorry, Martin. Your ship is the Titanic.
Oh. Great.
I can't even read these next ones. Sorry. Okay. Your captains. Tom, your captain is Captain Caveman. Martin, your captain is Captain Underpants. Okay. It looks like Tom leads out. Here it goes.
I can't think of a better pairing because when you go to Skull Island, it's all dinosaurs and prehistoric stuff. There's no one better to handle that than Captain Caveman. It is literally his expertise. And yes, he's driving the Exxon Valdez, but it's going to come in handy because when you have Kong trapped in the hold of the ship, the fact that Kong could drown will keep him in the hold of the ship. And this is a boat, a ship that's so interesting that it also survived Waterworld and was in that. So you've got Captain Caveman and undoubtedly the Teen Angels because you're going rather than just Fay Ray, you've got 3 babes who can get King Kong for you. You've got like disposable characters at that point. It would make it a more interesting story. And then Captain Caveman would take something that comes out of his club.
All right. Martin.
Okay, so first I have to address my ship. Now, it's off the bat, it sounds like I'm at a disadvantage with the Titanic because it's sitting at 12,000 feet below sea level. But you'd be wrong because there's a Titanic too, and they raised that ship. Okay? And I sailed it all the way with Captain Underpants to Skull Island to bring King Kong back to the United States so we can parade him around for all of our amusement. And you know why I'm at an advantage with Captain Underpants? Because he's wearing underpants. He's not afraid of anything. He's got it all out there for the entire world to see. He's ready to take on everything. I've got the right guy. I think he's got a buckle on his head too. And that's Quail Man. Never mind. I'm sorry. Captain Underpants, completely fearless. And we're ready to take on King Kong. And we're going to fight some other monsters there, some giant T-Rexes. And we're going to bring King Kong back to the States. And we're going to make $1 million. And that's it. No more. $1 million.
Perfect. All right, Tom, your turn.
Well, Martin, my heart goes on and on for you because you got such a bad pairing. Yeah, Captain Underpants, you think he's got it all out there because he's wearing underpants. Captain Caveman does not wear underpants because they were not invented yet. He is very naked. Yes, he can take things out of his club. That will come in handy. He'll run into T-Rex, or as he will call him, Fred, because he probably knows him. I just don't see how anything on Skull Island is going to be a problem for him. You don't have, icebergs or anything like that to worry about, but you've still got questionable captains and a lot. Like, your story is really interesting about all those stuff that happens when you get to the island, but nothing that happens after that. Like, I would be concerned about Captain Underpants and his, romance with some science fictional world where artists get super hot chicks because they say I can draw you, but that's not the world we're living in.
Martin.
Yeah, so every night in my dreams I see him and I can almost feel him. Captain Underpants is gonna get this done. We're gonna get all the way to Skull Island, and like I said, we're on Titanic 2 actually, right? So we're invincible. There's no more icebergs in the ocean. They've all melted. Sea levels have risen. We're totally fine. We're going to get all the way there and back again, right? We're gonna bring him home. We're gonna make it happen. Yeah, and you may have a simple caveman lawyer for a captain, right? But it's not going anywhere. He might win a case or two in court, but that's about it.
Leaving 9 seconds on. You want to steal it, Tom?
9 seconds.
Captain Caveman was also in the Laugh Olympics. Like, he's a gold medalist. He brings that to the table too.
best use of an extra 3 seconds I've ever seen. All right, let's bring them on so we can award some points. This will be some hard one. Brainy, what do you think?
Unfortunately, Martin, I think you got the bum rap on this one. Captain Underpants had the biggest weakness, and Justin also reminded me of this as well, where, with no power, he becomes a middle school principal with no powers when he's hit with water. And since he's on a boat that's sinking, poor guy cannot survive on Skull Island. And, since this whole show is about who did the better argument, I will have to give it to Thom. He did do a very good job of, making Captain, oh my God, Captain Caveman. I'm telling you that. So yeah, my point goes to Thom on this one.
All right, Will, what do you think?
Okay, so first thing first, one thing that you got to remember about Captain Underpants too is that he has those kids. And the kids are the ones that kind of trigger the transformation for the most part. So I don't know how well that works in that situation. Kind of child endangerment going on there. And now my question with Thom is does Captain Caveman bring his son? And is he voiced by Tracy Morgan from Scoob?
No.
So, but that said, I got to give it up to the argument for Captain Caveman. Up for that.
What is wrong with you guys? Martin successfully argued that global warming would help him win this race. I mean, if that's not a mic drop moment, I don't know what is. I'm giving a point to Martin.
These are tough rounds, Miss Jen.
What now?
So these are tough rounds.
They're so hard. Like, it's going to be, I have a feeling we're going to be tied 4 ways or something by the time we're done here. This will be a tiebreaker. Okay. Next up, Will. Brainy. So, Will, I had to change your ship because of something that happened in the very first round. So don't get mad at me.
Oh, no problem.
It's just as bad as it would have been. So.
Okay.
All right. So your ship is that cargo ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal. I don't know what its name was. It's only important that it was a giant ship that did a bad job of being a ship. Brainy, your ship is the SS Minnow from Gilligan's Island. Here's your captains. Is everyone ready? Don't have milk in your mouth. Will, your captain is Captain Kangaroo. Brainy, your captain is Captain and Tennille, famous for their song "Do That to Me One More Time." I told you I apologize. Leading out is Will this round.
All right, so first of all, Captain Kangaroo had one of the most influential shows, second only to like Sesame Street and, well, technically third, Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And so, I mean, with Captain Kangaroo, first of all, we're getting unstuck out of Suez Canal. That's going to happen. He's got puppets and stuff like that. We're working it out. We're getting out of that canal. And then we've got a race to Skull Island. So once we get there, he's organizing a plan in order to help, get King Kong on there, luring him on with little small fluffy animals and doing what he can to get him on the ship. Of course, we got to get him on the ship and then get him to where we're going. So that race is going to be compelled more so by the fact that this guy's a gentle, loving puppet wrangler who basically can get out and get our monkey on the ship in order to help them out. He'll keep them entertained the whole time. We don't even need sedatives. We'll just have puppet theaters running around constantly sitting there keeping them entertained while he's on the deal, because that's what Captain Kangaroo does.
Perfect. Brady.
We're still on Skull Island, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, well, one thing that every single island has is a hotel and a resort. No matter which island you go to, there's a hotel and a resort. And what is one of the greatest entertainment there? Music. Who is not going to love seeing Captain and Tennille on a midnight show? Come on, think about it. And the advantage that we have is that we've got two captains here, Captain and Tennille. And all we need to do is get Tennille to distract Captain Kangaroo with the beautiful looks and charms, and there we go. We are done. Said Captain Kangaroo can't do anything on Skull Island. Well, we are entertaining every single that comes in, even if it's a dinosaur or whatnot, even if it's a caveman. They are going to be entertained and mesmerized by our beautiful music. And what else can we do? We don't need to do anything else. I mean, our resort's got great food, great atmosphere, great everything, and we're topping it off with amazing music.
All right, Brainy, time's up. Well,
Okay, so I appreciate the fact that you felt like, first of all, that the captains are there, and Tennille being the singer in the group, that they would be there. The problem with that is that Captain Kangaroo doesn't care. He knows he understands the time frame of a limit of time because he only had 30 minutes to do his thing every day. So he knows he has the ability to do that. And on top of that, did you see Skull Island? What bar or restaurants on Skull Island? There isn't any. So where are they singing? Where are they getting mics? Where are they getting stuff to sing with? Where are they getting instruments? They're not. And they may bring stuff with them, but where are they going to plug into? There's no electricity necessarily in Skull Island, for them to plug into and sit there and get their set going. And if they're trying to get a set going, they're getting eaten by whatever's flying around. Captain Kangaroo is a man on a mission. His mission is to win the race and get Kong back to where they're going. So like I said, puppets, doing the thing, lead them in, get them on the ship, go. We're in and out. We're not trying to worry about concerts or who can sing the best, because I understand love can keep us together, but Captain Kangaroo is getting the race done.
Time's up. Brainy.
Oh, please, you seem to have forgotten that one of the colleagues that my captain has is Captain Jack Hartman, the gentleman who can go in time travel. All we got to do is give him a call and say, hey, come on down. Get us all this equipment. Get us electricity on Skull Island. Skull Island has been modernized to the year 2099. This thing is amazing. You are thinking of this antiquated Skull Island that nobody even dreams about anymore. This is the destination to go to. And the reason why you want to go there is great music, great hotels, great everything, and Captain Kangaroo is just going to be stuck in a freaking cage anyway. He's not going to get out of his hotel room at all because he's got nothing better to do. What the heck is he going to do? Sit there and try to sing? Hey, he cannot sing at all. And you need entertainment on an island.
Kind of hard to win a race if you're singing.
3 seconds.
Oh, hey, 3 more seconds. I don't need it. He can have it.
It's done. It's done. All right. Oh, goodness. Scoring this is going to be fun. Let's bring everybody back up. All right. Martin, what do you think?
There's some good arguments all around. I think that Captain Kangaroo has a strong disadvantage here, though, because he was a early morning man, and he was elderly as well. So he was in bed by like 5. So I think it's a hard sell to think that he was piloting an exploration to Skull Island. So I think I have to give it to Brainy here.
Okay. What do you think?
I was just impressed Brainy wasn't on mute.
Oh my.
That said, I just picture Captain Kangaroo with his moral flexibility for hanging out with Bill Cosby in picture pages and getting covered in ping pong balls, as opposed to, like, once you brought in Tennille, you had me on that one. I think that was an excellent use of Captain and Tennille. So I give it to Brainy.
Okay. Perfect. I also think that Brainy took this round mostly for his ability to completely ignore the fact that most of the stuff he was saying could never happen, and made up a whole new year in 2099. My favorite new year. I give that round to Brainy. Also, I want to note that in this round, neither of you mentioned your mode of transportation once.
Yeah, completely.
Oh, no, I mentioned the Captain Kangaroo got the ship out. First.
Okay, sorry. I guess
I'm sorry. The SS Minnow is just a disadvantage. That thing sinks after a 3-hour tour.
Yeah, you were like, please don't mention the ship. Please don't mention it. Okay, so it looks like our finalists are Thom Zahler, Brainy. All right, here's your crazy news scenario.
Okay.
You are racing the Tour de France on a tandem bike. Okay? Tandem bike. Tour de France. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I put these in the right spot here. Okay. Tom, one of the people on your bike is the Hulk. Brainy. One of the people on your bike is Bane. Batman. The other person on your bike, Tom, is Remy from Ratatouille. Little Mouse Chef. Brainy. The other person on your tandem bike is Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. A very even matchup. This is going to test your arguing skills to their limits. Tom leads out.
Assuming we're both riding a bike.
I need to file an official protest because I'm pretty sure that Bane is doping and should be disqualified from this round altogether. But that said, Hulk smashed records. And just imagine Remy on top of him, pulling his little Hulk hair, making him go faster and faster. Like, the angrier he gets, the faster he pedals. I don't see how the voice of Patton Oswalt would not drive the Hulk crazy enough to get him over the finish line in front of everybody else. Especially, as I mentioned, the illegally steroided up Bane. And the Brain was all jacked up on steroids too to get the giant brain when they were experimenting. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that they're in the race at all. I think any version of Hulk, like Smart Hulk, Gray Hulk, She-Hulk, Red Hulk, Plaid Hulk.
All right. Time up for this round. Brady, rebuttal.
So, I will address that doping thing. And if you really want to talk about doping, Hulk is the biggest doper in the world. He doped himself with radiation. That guy didn't need drugs. He just freaking, got powers just by doping himself with radiation there. Put himself in a giant microwave and came out. But with that said, unfortunately, his inability to be able to sit on a bike is just the biggest disadvantage that he can have. To top it off, he's got a rat who cooks. He doesn't know how to ride a bike. He cooks. Think about it. The one thing we always avoid is eating stuff around rats. And, what he's feeding Hulk is stuff around rats. Maybe his own buddies. Two things I do want to point out. Bane, one of the most cleverest characters to come out against Batman. The one guy to destroy his back. He literally broke Batman's back. Pinky did one thing his best friend could not do.
That's time. Tom.
No one had a problem with Lance Armstrong irradiating himself to get rid of his cancers. They had a problem with him taking steroids. So I don't think the Hulk's radiation is an issue at all. And I watched Ratatouille a lot. When he is getting the chef kid through the kitchen, like that is a type of almost dance, that kind of control, I think would be able to keep the Hulk in really good stead. And I know Bane is supposedly clever, but he was in the Joel Schumacher Batman and Robin, and I would almost just disqualify him on general principle for that thing alone.
See, that doesn't exist.
It all exists. There's a multiverse. Lou Ferrigno Hulk on the bike would beat Bane and Pinky, or Brain and Bane. Bane. Like any version of Hulk, the animated Hulk.
Perfect. Brady.
So, as I was trying to finish on my thought, Pinky did something Brain could never do. He, at the end of it all, he took over the world. If he is clever enough to figure out how to take over the world, he is clever enough to figure out how to win a bicycle race, especially against a rat that cooks and a green guy who can be distracted easily with some food. It's fairly easy for him to do. And of course, he's got the might and he's got the intelligence of Bane backing him up. I think the pairing is Pinky, the dominant alpha, with Bane being, and think about it, having Bane as a beta. Oh man, that's amazing. Hulk, lacking a little bit of brains. Okay, lacking a lot of brains. I don't want to be mean to Hulk because Grey Hulk does have a little bit of brains, and a mouse who only knows how to cook. Unfortunately, only knows how to cook. I'll give you that. He can move the mod. He can do motions and motor skills for Hulk, but that's not going to get him anywhere. He can't teach Hulk how to ride a bike, no matter what.
Finals are over. It's time to pick a winner. All right, Martin, who do you think won it all? The big enchilada, the big gift certificate from Space Cadets. Who gets it?
Well, I gotta say real fast, I'm disappointed nobody made a Pinky and the Bane reference.
Oh, don't worry, I was about to.
But I gotta give it to Thom again here for bringing up Lance Armstrong. I got a good chuckle out of that, and that was I like that a lot.
Perfect. Well,
It's Pinky and the Bane. It's Pinky and the Bane. One is jacked and the other is insane. You merely grew the darkness. You rode the bike all the time. But this time I've got to give it to Thom because there's so many other versions of the Hulk that could have been there. I mean, the current Hulk that's in the comics now, Banner's sitting there doing his thing in the background. I mean, he can control that. We don't even necessarily need a second rider. Professor Hulk, of course, could be there as well. Also, Immortal Hulk. Could you imagine Immortal Hulk on a bike ride? It'd be crazy. Plus, you cut Bane's lines, says Venom, kind of a punk. So, there you go.
It's clearly going to be Thom because he's already got the 2 other points. Doesn't matter what my vote is. But I do have to say it was impressive that Thom didn't even have to default to the fact that Brainy, who knows how to make ratatouille and would clearly know a lot about France, would probably be able to find his way around. In which Bane and Pinky, who is the dumbest part of Pinky and the Brain, probably could not figure out where the race was.
By the way,
I disagree.
The fact that Pinky took over the world, he only was able to take it over because Brain gave him an additive to his mind in order to help him do it.
He
didn't do it on his own.
I do want to add, I have to commend Thom for bringing in the doping straight off the bat. That was great. it did throw me off, so I'll hand him. Yeah, that was awesome, Thom.
As soon as I heard Tour de France, I was thinking, what kind of brain, testicular, or lung cancer is going to keep you from winning?
So congratulations, Thom, you're the winner! Ship captain, Fiverr captain. Ridiculous. I hope you guys had a lot of fun playing my.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So Thom, you'll have a gift certificate or amount of money you can spend at the shop.
Okay, awesome.
$50 whenever you decide you want anything, it'll just be here for you.
Okay.
And Brainy, you've got $25 to spend as you like. Also, I'm sure you need back issues for
I know, right?
I'm usually buying stuff from you, so.
Tell you what, why don't you donate that to one of the other contestants or anybody you want to?
Okay. Let's
That's
get it. Since both of them do shop with me, we'll just split it. You guys
Thank you.
We'll split that one, and you guys will have it. I'm gonna write it down so I remember what we've done.
Thank you, Brady. I appreciate the opportunity there, Brady.
So if you watched this show and thought to yourself, I could argue better than any of those folks, I can take home the prize, or at least I want to try real hard, you should totally get in touch with us. There's information on the screen now to allow you to sign up to be part of this fun thing that we shoot every single week. So you can win prizes and or just go for a glory of saying you know more than anybody else, or at least can argue your way out of anything. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this episode. We'll see you guys next time for another Nercular Warfare.